Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargaming Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka Hey You, Get Off My Lawn. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. For all you new viewers, we usually delve into a lot of painting talk as well as a lot of what's under the sun kind of talk. So, beware. And of course, if you're new to this show, then of course you can always ask your questions via email at kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. And of course, if you're attending live, you can always ask it in the comments section. Of course, myself or the monkeys will answer your question. Of course, the monkeys are very knowledgeable and have been watching for a long while, and so a lot of them have a common shared knowledge of all this painting, and so any advice from myself or the monkeys, you can bet is pretty good advice to begin with. So, and of course, speaking of the monkeys, I can see quite a few joining us already today. I can see Knitfink, hello everyone. Andy Clark, never fear, I am here. Lucian Valensor, hello Monkai. Twitchy Kranos, hey everybody, hope everybody's having a good weekend. I hope so too. Of course, it's a beautiful Saturday, and it's, really nice weather right now, and so hopefully it stays that way. Mark Hill, hey guys. Hey Kris. Geeko170, morning fellow Monkai. Swiss Toby, hello from Switzerland. Hello to you. In Switzerland, of course. I know quite a few viewers that tune in regularly. They tend to be from Europe and such, so I'm not entirely sure why that is the case, why this program often has a lot of European viewers, but thanks for viewing in anyway. Dorn Jr. at Kris, I am disillusioned about being the most informed 2 hours in a gamer lifestyle when you never mentioned naked yoga can improve your dice rolls, as I found on Steve's channel. Oh, with Cork there being bare ass naked. Yeah, that's how if you've watched any bat reps with Cork, I mean, yoga doesn't help because his dice rolls are atrocious. So, draw your own conclusions from that. Tolo, hello everyone. Hello, it's me. Roman Matnov, hey everybody. Hey Kris, been a while. Yes, it has been a while. We took, a 3-week break? I think that's the longest break we've had in some years. 3 weeks ago, I took the Saturday off because I was going to partake in a tournament, but the tournament didn't actually take place because it was really basically when the rules had dropped for 8th edition, and so nobody was prepared, and so it was kind of scrubbed. And then 2 weeks ago, my buddy Tyler had shown up, and we were just chilling out, and yeah, we didn't bother doing a show or anything like that. Because, we just felt like chilling out, and so, yeah. And then last week, it was last week? Yeah, it was last week. Did a tournament, 8th edition, 1,000 points, and I did okay. I came in third for that. We had about, I think, 7 tables going, so 14 people, I believe. 12 or 14 people, I can't remember. But, yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying 8th edition. I really like it. I like the fact that it's kind of a new game, and it also has some sprinklings of, old school flavors, such as armor saves and things like that. I really dig, and I like that a lot of the really kind of annoying random stuff has been taken out of the game, like random terrain and random objectives and just all these random things I don't care for. I really I prefer the game to play a bit more like chess where a characteristic on a playing piece is set and you know what it's going to do and you can count on it to do those things without the table interfering or without some other wonky rules coming into play. And so I prefer a game where, you know, it's straight up, you know, maneuvering, shooting, and I mean, like, the dice obviously still play a big part in your to hits and your wounds and armor saves and stuff like that. And if that's, you know, not going well for you, well, then, you know, nothing you can do about that. But that's okay, because that's part of the game anyway, so, you know, no biggie. Kevin Jameson, hey y'all. Bat94, hey monkeys. Paulo0132, hey Kris, happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day for all the Canadian viewers. Tolo, I fully expected no show today, followed by Total Monkey Anarchy. Anarchy? Followed by Total Monkey Anarchy. Interesting. Ghost Dust Starman Deluxe, have to part way through the show, but should get back after a short interval. Sure, whatever you gotta do, buddy. Danny V, I don't know if I've ever read that name before. Danny V. Hey, Kris and everybody. Hey. Tolo, the evil webcam is back. Ack. Yeah, there's not much I can do, because, I mean, I haven't replaced the capture card, and, you know, I mean, I'm not made of money, so, you know, until I get the scratch together to pick up another capture card. And in fact, I think what I would like to do is I think I would like to be able to do this from home. And so I think what I'd like to do is pick up an external capture card, because I have Macs at home. I have an iMac as well as a Mac Pro at home. And I was thinking an external capture card would probably be best, because then I could plug it into either device, probably the Mac Pro. But I mean, I could get a regular card for the Mac Pro, but you know, it's an older Mac Pro. I mean, like, you know, it still works. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. I think an external would be a lot more better. Is that proper English? And you know, and be able to do, you know, the show in proper HD as once we did. But again, I mean, you know, it's the fundage. It's the funds. I mean, you know, there's only so much fundage to go around, and unfortunately, you know, this has to do until I replace the capture cards. But I mean, this isn't horrible. It's just kind of annoying because sometimes it flickers, and you know, you try and keep like a constant light on a subject with a webcam, but a webcam, for whatever reason, likes to auto adjust stuff, and you can't turn that feature off on a webcam. At least, not that I found. At least with these Microsoft webcams, I had to check the webcam because I had to see what it was before I started poo-pooing on the brand name. Kiblam! Ahoy hoy! Ahoy hoy! Ahoy hoy! Geeko170, haven't been in the show for a while. Kris, have you been enjoying 8 so far? Yes, I have been enjoying 8, as I mentioned before. I like it. I like the flavor, you know? I mean, and of course, the other part that I do like about this whole new edition, because it's kind of like a whole new game, is that everybody is pretty much on the same playing field at the moment. And we're all going to discover the really broken stuff together, kind of thing, right? Versus how long, you know, some people getting into 7th, and we're like, you know, at the end of 7th, and like there's all these supplements and, you know, these special rules and erratas and, you know, stuff like that. And it just really was quite bloated. And, you know, the game now has become much more streamlined. Now, there's a lot of problems with a lot of that as well, but we're all kind of discovering them at the same time, and it's a really great time to get into 40K right now, because again, like I said, brand new edition, and everybody is at the same kind of playing field. I mean, yes, some people have experience, you know, playing the game, and they kind of know what their models do, but a lot of the rules and stuff like that have changed for a lot of the models, you know, like for example, like for me, Warlocks used to be just a 1 wound. Now on foot he's a 2 wound, and on a bike he's a 3 wound, and you know, that changes things a little bit, you know. I mean, I'm sure they did that so that whenever you perils, you don't automatically just, you know, kill yourself. Whereas before, you know, you failed that psychic test and your warlock just up and died, you know, which really sucked. But, you know, yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've been a fan of 40K since I was a wee lad. I've played since First Edition or Rogue Trader. Some people get up to you when you refer to it as First Edition, or you get, no, it's Rogue Trader. It's Rogue Trader. It's not First Edition. It's Rogue Trader. And it's like, well, whatever. It's First Edition. It was the first edition of 40K. It's a First Edition. Yes, it's called Rogue Trader. It didn't have Warhammer 40,000 First Edition. I mean, no First Edition of anything says it's the First Edition. Usually, anyway. Sometimes Volume 1, but I think we're getting off on a tangent here. So, anyway. Where am I? Moosehead Painting. Hello, Kris and the Monkeys. Hello, Danish Artist. Hello, it's a bean. It's a long time. It has. It's been 3 weeks, as I mentioned. But I caught a bit of the eighth edition bug, and so I wanted to play in tournaments. I like playing tournaments, and also tournaments are a fun way for me to get kind of a day of gaming in. Now you'd think because I work at Mini Wargaming, I could play games whenever I like, but that's not usually the case because, sometimes, for example, like all the boys filming bat reps here, well, they're working. That's their job, and they work 9 to 5, and at the end of the day, I mean, play a game, it's and so. Whereas, with visitors and stuff like that, visitors will, want to play more because, obviously it's kind of like that kind of mentality where, they want to keep, playing and, so that's kind of fun. But tournaments, I like, and I also like a bit of the competitive aspect of it, I like that regards as well. I like tournament play. I like the, when both people are playing to win. When you're playing friendly games, I mean, you're both playing to win, but the outcome of the game, it has no stake, whereas at a tournament, you're playing for position, and when you're playing games like video games and stuff like that, and you're playing ranked battles and Call of Duty or whatever, right? It's because you want a prestige, you want to get higher up in the levels and stuff like that, and tournament play is kind of like that. It gives your gaming addiction, you're playing some sort of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for here. Some grounding, it's just, it's much more satisfying. in my opinion, anyway. I mean, some people just like to play every once in a while and, fart around with a game, and that's fun too, but, I also like competitive play as well. Anyway, Mad Cow Crazy. Yay, it's been, I was about to email you asking if you stopped doing these shows. No show for 2 weeks. Well, it was 3 weeks. And you know what? I almost considered not bother doing the show. Not because I'm not unhappy with it or anything like that. It's just, it was kind of really pissing me off, having to do like the webcam thing here. And, getting the funds together to, obviously get a capture card, because that's how, to get a really good HD image, you've got to get a capture card to import, a nice full signal. Webcams have a tiny little, it's like if I was doing this show off my iPhone or something like that, it's just got a tiny little lens, and it looks like, but I mind you though, the iPhone probably gives me a better picture than this little webcam does. And even the webcam on my Mac, which is the same kind of tiny ass little webcam, it doesn't do that constant flickering that this webcam, and a lot of these webcams I see, they do this little flickering, and you can even see how the color is changing, and it's just, so I think, just bring up another browser and just tune in and listen. We're going to try and get to a whole bunch of emails today because, again, I'm pretty behind because, again, as you'd imagine, 3 weeks, and, we got to get through some emails. So we're going to basically concentrate on emails today, or try to anyway. Concentrate. I know this show and concentrate doesn't really mix, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. Where are we? Roman Matnoff. It's Saturday evening in Europe, so all of us no-lifers have something to do. Well, thank you for the no-lifers. Dark Commission. Hey, Kris and everyone. Yay, Way the Brush back online. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a little bit of a break, and I probably would have been back last week if the first tournament had taken place. There we go. That's the best way to kind of look at it. It's the tournament organizer. It's Dan over at Max Aggression Gaming. It's his fault. It's his fault. There was no show. So blame him. Email him. Mad Cow Crazy. Canada Day, all day, where all Canadians walk around and say, I'm sorry to everyone. Yeah, they do, actually. It's National Apology Day. Alucard 869. Oh man, did I miss my email? I don't know if you missed your email. Probably not, because again, we've been behind for 3 weeks, so I probably haven't gotten to it yet. Metal Parsnip. Ah, monkeys. Tolo. Patreon or this new Google donate to Chris's external card. I know when we talk about the Patreon thing, I know I keep going back and forth on the Patreon thing. I don't know, because I know there's one or two of you guys out there who would probably, help fund that sort of project, or, amongst other projects that, we've talked about in the past. I don't know. I'm just always really leery about the whole Patreon thing. I don't know why. Just, I don't know. I suppose if everybody said, yeah, Kris, do it, and if all the monkeys were in agreement, yeah, do it, then probably I'd do it. I mean, I already have the account, and I already, support people on Patreon, because I kick $1 or $2 to Owen, and I kick $1 or $2 to Ash, and so, yeah, so maybe. Where are we? Geeko 170. I have to say, my sisters are very broken. Turn 1 charge with Celestine and whipping 30 boys off the table in a single turn is very satisfying. Yeah, Celestine is pretty powerful now. Yeah, especially with her little ghost pals, or her, I say ghost pals, but really they're these two seraphim that escort her, and then they just get killed, they come back, they get killed, they come back. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, she's really powerful. But I mean, you pay for that. I mean, I kind of like, especially if you're playing by PowerPoints. PowerPoints, I mean, are a fun way of getting a quick game in, but they're not very accurate, right? They're not, like if you're going to play a bit more competitively, like doing like a PowerPoint tournament would be atrocious. It would be madness, because you'd have everybody breaking all the rules. Because, for example, like a Wave Serpent's like 9 or 10 power level, and it doesn't account for all its weapon options and all its vehicle options, which are available to it under that power level. And that power level doesn't change no matter what options you throw on it. So you can throw all of the war gear options on it and give it, the most priciest gun, and it's, it's still that power level. And, if you were to run like a tournament like that, it would be atrocious. So, yeah, don't do it. And even if you're, pick up and play, I mean, it's still, it's kind of handy. But if you're new at the game, PowerPoints are a really great way. But if you're experienced, at the game, and like what your models roughly do, and and you're gonna pick up a play game, play by points. Don't go by the PowerPoints, because then you're just being an ass. Christine, hey, you're back. Noise. Noise. Tournaments are nice. Got one myself tomorrow. Bring in Death Guard. Cool. Let us know how you do. Kevin Ledbeater. Okay, Kris, how do Primaris Marines compare size with your art scale? You know what? They are almost the same size. Hold on here. Where is he? Okay, so I got the art scale guy. Right? We're all familiar with the art scale guy. Oh. Okay. So here we go. For all you guys who care, maybe. Here is a Primaris Marine. See? Nice big Primaris Marine, right? Really lovely. Of course, he's huge, and we all know he's huge in comparison to a regular Space Marine. And then here is my art scale Marine. And I'm trying to position them at roughly the same level so you can kind of see here. Let me go like that-ish. That-ish? No, that-ish. So you can kind of see we're on level feet. And as you can see, they're almost the same size. So, Primaris Marines are true art scale Marines. I wouldn't say true scale. They're art scale. They're more like their artwork now, right? So, yeah. But anyway, that's a quick little comparison. So, yeah. So anybody who was doing art scale Marines, you are already doing new Primaris Marines. So you're already ahead of the curve if you're still doing that. And of course, for anybody out there who wants to convert their Space Marines, their current Space Marines, and say you have a bunch unassembled, and you want to, take advantage of Primaris abilities and such, yeah, you can go ahead and do that now too. You just convert your Space Marines into Primaris Marines. Why not? Nothing stopping you doing that. At least I won't stop you. Great Death Angel, hello everybody. Just a little late. That's okay. Kablams! The Logitech C920 have the ability to manually control the white balance, etc., which is what this camera is doing. Yeah, exactly. It's the white balance, and it just keeps adjusting it, and so like the color changes. And I mean, like I've got like a studio light on me right now, and you know it still wants to damn cameras. Anyway, the Gim, there he is. Hello, happy Canada Day. Hello, Gim. Of course, Gim lives in Canada's capital, Ottawa. So I imagine there's probably lots going on in that town. Probably. I don't know. Mad Cow Crazy. Patreon equals forced obligation. In which way do you mean, Mad Cow? Do you mean forced obligation that the people who are supporting the person, they're obligated to them, or that the person who's being supported is obligated to them? Which way do you mean? Right? Is that the way I meant to say that? Yeah. Which way is the obligation running? Yeah, there we go. That's a better way of saying it. Because, I mean, we as mini wargamers in miniwargaming.com, right? We are obligated to our vault members. Because it's kind of like Patreon. They're paying for a service and we're providing it. And so we're obligated to provide service for that money. Right? It's like any service business model, right? I mean, it's... Right? You're servicing your customers. And Patreon, it basically is kind of like that. It's like a subscription almost. And they're subscribing to that person. And that person, you know, is providing whatever services to his patrons. So, I don't know. Dorn Jr., if not Patreon, then maybe a Twitch stream where we can do a capture card telethon. Capture card. Yeah, but again, I mean, it's still same thing. I mean, like, I don't, my Twitch is not set up for accepting, monetizing. No, because I don't have enough subscribers on Twitch. Or at least I haven't been on Twitch in a while, but pretty sure I'm not. Geeko170. Oh no, not even with the Gemini. The Acts of Faith are amazing for sisters. 2+ for the main, a free one for Celestian, and 4 for the standard. Yeah. Tolo, if every viewer here donated 10 Canadian bucks, 10 Canadian, you'd have enough for the kicker card, for a kicker card. Then maybe do a 15-20 Canuck buck. Gets you Kris painting handle. Signed? Signed? It wouldn't be signed. It would actually, I'd have to chisel it in. And then, you know, put the mark in. Made by. Twitch Kranos. If you're concerned about the Patreon setup, you could do a GoFundMe or similar setup purely for the capture card. No obligation. And people could do a one-off payment. If they wish. Interesting. GoFundMe. Yeah, I hadn't considered that one. I suppose. I don't know. Like, I mean, like, again, I'm just... I don't know. I don't know. Where are we? Twitch Granos. Plus, if you get the external card, so you can do the shows from home, it potentially increases the shows you can do. Include other ones where you have mentioned doing vid game shows. Yes, exactly. If I picked up an external one, yeah, I could do whatever. I mean, right now, I'm pretty much set up. Like, I could, say, stream from my Xbox to, you know, and do Twitch. I just haven't done it yet. But, yeah. I think I'm thinking an external card would be really fun. It'd be a good option, I think. Probably most likely like a Black Magic, I think, is really the only one that provides, like, a Mac and Windows-friendly device. Plus, too, I was thinking as well as picking up a laptop at one point so that I can, you know, do stuff remotely, you know. But anyway, Mad Cow Crazy. The person getting the money is getting paid, supported to be able to provide content for the patrons. Right, the person getting paid. So the person getting paid, you're saying, is obligated to the people that are paying, the payees, right? I get you. I get it. Yeah, it's like I said, like I mentioned, it's kind of like that, right? I mean, like Mini Wargaming, right? We are beholden to the vault members because they're giving us money every month, and we're providing content, you know. So yeah, I get it. Same kind of thing. Knitfink, Kris, does YouTube take a percentage out of the super chat option? Yes, they do. I think they take like a 20% or something like that out of it. Something like that. Something pretty funny. But even like if I did like the paywall option on YouTube, they take a huge chunk out of that. And they take a pretty darn big chunk out of your earnings on that one. So like, if I had it like, $5 a month for like, a subscriber on YouTube, and they take 20, I think it was like 40%. I think it was like 40% they take. Now, mind you, I mean, they are providing the service, and they're providing the servers, they're hosting, they're providing like basically the entire infrastructure, and all you're doing is providing the content. So really, is it unfair? It's pretty high, but is it unfair? And so that's very debatable. Raziel Wargamer, what did I miss? Not a whole lot. We're just talking some stuff, catching up, because again, 3-week we got to catch up. I gotta know what's going on with you guys, because 3 weeks, that's damn near a month. So yeah. At Raziel Wargamer, at Kris, do you only go to Mini Wargaming on Saturdays to do the show, or do you get other stuff done too? When I come in on Saturdays, I do get other stuff done. Sometimes I will occasionally film another show, or I'll film another video or something else that I might post, like say on a Monday or Wednesday on the channel. Like for a little bit there, I was posting some painting videos on my Wraith Lord, and yeah, or sometimes I'll do like another live show, which I was thinking of doing today. I was thinking of doing another live show today, and I was thinking about continuing work on my my painting piece, my actual painting, not a miniature, but a painting. I was thinking of continuing work on that, but yeah, I don't know. There's options. Again, it's a beautiful Saturday, and if I get the call to head back home and enjoy a barbecue and company, I'm probably going to do that too. So I don't know. Mad Cow Crazy, I only work on my Lehman Russ Tiger Tank during your shows, so no work done for 3 months. Shame on you. 3 months? Come on now. It hasn't been 3 months now. Now you're being crazy. It was 3 weeks. 3 months. That's some crazy talk there. Let's get to an email, because we can. And wow, I got to go another page here for my emails, because do I? I thought I did. No, I don't. I thought I did. What did I do here? I did something. I don't know. I got to go back here. Oh, because I thought I was further back, but I wasn't. Okay. So, let's do an email. And in fact, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and get through a bunch of emails today, because we're way behind. So let's do an email. Email time. It's email time. And so this one is from Yuri. Hey Kris, I'm working on a Dark Eldar force, and I want some Eldar allies, but I don't know what color scheme to paint them. I'm using this conversion I'm working on as a test model for the color of the DE, the Dark Eldar. What colors would you use for their mates to make sure they pop too? Thank you very much, Yuri. So it's okay. So I normally don't like clicking on these external links, but whatever. Let's go. And so here is his Dark Eldar. Ooh, very nice. I like these. Can we get a bigger picture here? Let's get a bigger picture. Let's go with this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, nice little base too. Very cool. It's an old Beast Man. It's the old plastic Beast Man. That's funny. Funny. I really like this. This is cool. It's like a wakeboard. It's. I mean, is this like a jet bike, or is this like the Venom? Excuse me. So we have this really great light blue kind of teal, light teal kind of armor with brown accents. So they have this kind of cool, warm kind of going on with a little kind of an earthy tone to it. Really, I guess, really it depends on... Man, it's tough for, like, Eldar allies. I mean, like, the first thing well, with this teal, the first thing I jump to is, like, a darker red. Or an orange red. So, if you were going to follow Craft Worlds, it could be, like, a Samhan ally, or it could be, what are those guys called? Lugath? Are they the orange ones? I think they're the orange ones. Lugath. Craft World. The ones that have the orange and gray. It's kind of like a deeper orange. It's almost not quite a red orange, but it's a deep orange. And I think that would actually really pop alongside them. If we're talking contrast, complementary, making each other look really kind of bright and stylish, because an orange model or a red orange model is going to really pop next to these guys. So if that's what you're envisioning in that regards, then really awesome. Now, if you wanted to go with, say a similar color scheme to this, but be different, then you could go with, a deeper turquoise color. Not this light teal, but like a darker color. For like the base, for the base tones, and then you don't even have to go, you could go with, like, say, a dark red, like almost black with like red edging for like what you have for the brown parts of this color scheme. So if you're imagining Eldar, like a fire prism where the top part is mostly this darker turquoise color, and having, say, like around the vents or the guns are base coated black with like some red edging highlight kind of thing going on, I think that would be very striking. It really depends on which way you want to go. Do you want to have something that's a similar color scheme and just really complement these guys, or do you want to go with something complementary and go basically their opposite of the color spectrum? And either way, I think, would be a lot of fun, I think, because these guys here, like, I love this paint job, and I love the conversion. That's awesome. Like, that's really, really fun. And I love how you use the old fantasy Beastman, like, as a statue there, and they're just kind of like gliding past it kind of thing. And I like the sail on the jet bike cowl. That's really cool, because it looks like those two-person, like, wakeboarding kind of craft. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like your Venom, or if this is something else you've made up, or what, but I really like it. I like the conversion. That's really, really cool. The paint job is really good. I like it. It's really cool. And so, I honestly think I would probably go with like the Lugath color scheme for it. The orange and gray, I think, would work really well alongside these guys. If you are not 100% sure what color scheme I'm talking about, but I'm pretty confident you know what color scheme I'm talking about. So yeah, definitely. I think that would probably be the better one to go, is going that nice deep reddy orange kind of color with the gray accents, because something like the Guardians it looks like the bodysuit is gray and the armor plates are the orange. So I think that might be a lot of fun. So thank you for the email, Yuri, and hopefully you get something sorted out. I know it's been about 3 weeks since you sent that email, so maybe you've already found out a solution, and maybe you already did what I suggested. I don't know. Who knows? But send me another picture of your work in progress and the models together, and what ultimately you come up with. I think would be really fun, and it would be a nice follow up as well. So thank you for sending that in. Just a quick look at the comments. Am I missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. Reziel Wargamer at Kris. That's cool, because you at least have more reasons to be at work, so to speak. But doing away the brush at home definitely also has its advantage. Yes, definitely, because I could be in my underwear and drinking a beer and answering your emails. So there's that advantage. The GIM Don't take Eldar. Pick orcs. They're more fun. Oh, there you go. You heard it from the Gim. Don't pick Eldar. Of course, the Gim has a very strong Eldar bias, so you know he's racially profiling the Eldar. Kris had to jump away from the stream. Did I miss my email? I don't think so. Unless your name is Yuri or no, because yours would be Kristen. I'm pretty sure I've gotten an email before from you in the past. Patent pending 310. Steve has some Eldar kind of like that orange gray scheme. Yeah, they're kind of like that. They're more of an orangey bone kind of color. That's Steve's old Eldar scheme. Let's do another email, and this is from Metal Parsnip. Oops, showing his email. Crap. There we go. I guess I should frame these a little better before then actually kind of switching to the cam. Greetings, Kris. Love the way of the brush and your painting tutorials. I was wondering if you could take some time on my Tau models. At some of my take a look at some of my Tau models. Wow, I can't read. An army I started not too long ago after not playing 40k for a couple of years, but I still did some painting. These models aren't 100% complete. All need blacks highlighted. Some need paint on parts, etc. Also, please excuse the chalkiness of the torso of one of the suits. It was an eBay buy, a glue and goopy strip paint, as well as the other weathered one. Also, I included a Lord of the Rings model, which I'm using as a D&D character, Taliesin, the Halfling Rogue. Cool. I used Space Wolf Gray as the main color for the Tau, which is very nice as it allows the edge highlight that looks lovely, and Mecharite Red. I've recently started using Gray Primer, which the Crisis suits were undercoated with. However, the Storm Surge and Fire Warriors were undercoated with Vallejo Model Color Black. Undercoat with no primer. Many coats of white were needed. Yes, well, that's. I think we know about my advice on that one. Any criticism and advice is greatly appreciated. Keep up the great work and content. Sincerely, Sean, aka Metal Parsnip. P.S. Sorry for all the attachments. It's different angles of the models, and so he's got. We got like 13 attachments here. Oh, at least Google's doing their job. They're telling me the virus scanners are, they're temporarily unavailable. This thing's been sitting in my inbox for weeks, but it's temporarily unavailable. That's awesome stuff, Google. And so here is his little halfling rogue. Very cool. He's like a little duder. Very nice. Clean paint job. I think a little bit more definition in the flesh would be needed. But otherwise, I like it. It's very earthy tones. I had Lord of the Rings models. The tendency is to give them kind of, somewhat realistic kind of color schemes. Very cool. I think another one that would be cool would be some weathering on the ends of the cloak. Just, to give him that Dusty Trails kind of look. He's been wandering around. Okay, so here we are into the Tau. Now, one of them has a really severe chalky look because of the stripping, I guess it was. So let's have a quick look here. Yeah, I can kind of see a bit of texture going on here and such. Oh, let me switch camera angles here. There. No, that's not the one. Is this the one? There we go. That's better. So, now, this is not bad. Yeah, it's a little textured. But you can always make that work for you. Of course, you can always just, weather the corners and as you're doing and, and just give him kind of the beat up kind of look. He's maybe one of the Chassot's bodyguard, and, he's survived a billion battles. It's not like you're gonna submit this for competition or display standard, right? It's a gaming piece, and he's got a little bit of character in him, and treat him as such. You don't have to kill yourself trying to clean the model and get it just perfect. Work with what's there and make it work. So, give him the aged kind of look and beat up and, stuff like that. Here's another angle. Let's look in a bit. Yeah. Ooh, man, that's rough right there in the corner there. Oof. But the weathering, I mean, works. I mean, and the texture and stuff like that, like it all, it plays. And it's, you say, well, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I mean, you ever seen some of them older like tanks and construction vehicles and stuff like that? They have like a similar look to them, where they just basically apply paint right on top of paint, or paint right on top of rust. And it's so like that could be rust, and they just simply slap the paint right on top of it. I mean, I'm sure Tau really wouldn't do that, but oh, here's a great one of all the texture. Oof, look at that. Yeah, but make it work for you, man. Work it. Work it, baby. Work it. Yeah. Just make it work for you, man. It doesn't have to be a hindrance. And people go, wow, how'd you get that texture? And it's like, I totally stripped the model and didn't, strip it all the way through. Here we go, Storm Surge. Very cool. I like this. Nice and clean. No battle damage on this guy. I mean, if you're going to have models that have battle damage, sure. But, I mean, you can probably toss a little bit of battle damage on this guy, maybe. I mean, he's really nice and clean. Of course, some shading and stuff like that whenever you're ready. But otherwise, I mean, like, it's a nice, solid, clean paint job. I like it. And the color scheme's really cool, too. I like the color scheme. It's I don't know what it is. Like it's I want to say it's almost like a Star Wars thing, but it's not. It's just different. It's a Tau. I mean, I suppose probably more like a Gundam kind of color scheme, maybe. But yeah, either way, very, very cool. Oh, here we go. Get some detail pictures. Yeah, paint's nice and smooth, nice and even. Like it's a nice clean paint job. Very cool. When you're, ready to get into like more shading and stuff like that, obviously. Oh, look at all the details in here. Very nice. Oh, nice work on the little lenses and displays. Very cool. I like that. Very good. Yeah. Nice. Oh, here we go. Firewire. Very cool. Now, you said you didn't highlight the black. Now, the black... if you're going to start highlighting your black, I mean, you could go with like little bits of gray. If you want to keep it predominantly black, obviously, you're not going to put big highlights on it. You're going to keep them kind of, moderate. Of course, you could always, I'm a big fan of using Ink by Darkness and Sotek Green mixed with black to give me my highlights, and I do enjoy those ones. But for Firewires, no, this is really good. I like this. And the scheme is duplicated. Like with your Storm Surge, the scheme is mimicked very well across, and a whole force done like this would be very, very nice, be very striking. Yeah, I like it. Oh, here we go, another battle suit. Okay, so is this? Yeah, this guy's not stripped. Yeah, this guy's, and so you've battle hardened him. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, there we go. See. And it's nice and clean, but yet he fits in with just the other guy just as well, because again he's got like all that battle damage going on him, and so yeah, very good. I'm trying to remember if there was another question he was asking about. Yeah, I like it. I like the weathering on the white. It's not excessive, It's a really nice little effect here. I'm just quickly come back to the email here without trying to show his email address. These models aren't 100% clean. I'm sorry, just kind of quickly reading through the very nice edge highlight and right now. I was using primer and Kris. Yeah, however, Star Surge color, black undercoat, no primer. Many coats were needed. Yeah, so when you're doing your undercoat there, I mean, if you're doing an entire model and his armor's all white, you're best priming the model in white and then reestablishing the white with a base color like ceramite white or white scar. But I would go with ceramite white because it's a much stronger pigmented color, and applying that over those areas, and then going in and coloring in the black on the parts that are black or metal or what have you, right? Mentioned it many times before, and I'll say it again: if you want it bright, you prime it white, right? So, yeah, very key, very key. Where are we in the comments? Oh, and again, thank you, Metal Parsnip, for sending that email in. Very good. Again, keep me up to date on your progress because I just like getting emails and I like seeing where people are heading with their projects. And, you know, I think also too, you know, kind of getting more and more feedback from your armies, I think also helps maybe motivating you to send me more and maybe motivating you to get more painting done. Hopefully, maybe this is a kind of a give and take kind of situation where I'm helping you, you're helping me, and, you know, it's all good things, right? It's a symbiosis. We're in a symbiosis. That's what's going on. People are probably going, what the hell is he talking about? Where are we? Dwarf Lord. I thin the YouTube title should be something about Kris in underwear drinking beer. It should be join me on Patreon so I can do my show in my underwear and drinking beer. Oh man. Guy Muir Alfer, there he is. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Popping in to say hi. Missed you. Well, missed you too, Guy Muir. And of course I didn't actually I played the jingle and I forgot to thank Guy Muir. I've been trying to stay in the habit of, you know, thanking Guy Muir for his efforts, aka Carl, because the jingle before the email was done by him, and he is a music artist, and so if you need something done, you need some custom intro music, look him up. Say, hey Carl, aka Guy Muir, hook a brother up. Dwarf Lord, Way of the Brush 161, beer and thongs in miniature painting. There is beer and thongs in miniature painting already, so we're really just kind of adding to the noise, really, I think is what it is. On miniatures anyway, right? We're not talking actual hosts, because I don't know any YouTube hosts or any kind of internet personalities in wargaming that does the show in a thong. I'm thinking now. Hold on. No, there's nobody. Would I be the first? Possibly. Join me on Patreon and we'll make it a dream come true. George hints, I do not play Warhammer. I play RPG play. Or I play table RPG play. I play table RPG play. But I love painting miniatures and do commission work. I like getting painting ideas from other paints. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. That's why I really enjoy your show and others. Cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, and I mean, like, yeah, this is miniature painting. Like, this is you know, like, I mean, the show isn't just Warhammer. It's everything. It's all tabletop miniature wargaming and everything under the sun. As I mentioned before, we'll talk about anything. I mean, you've been tuning in, I'm sure, and you know I go off on a Star Wars rant or Star Trek or anything else, you know. So, you know, this show is wide open where we can go with it. It's really the show is all about you guys. So wherever your comments go, I go to. Arturo Pertet, there he is. 3 weeks without a show early and now 40 minutes late. Hi guys. Hi Arturo. Patent pending 310, dig that scheme. Yeah, I like the scheme too. I dig it. Metal Parsnip, cheers, dude. Cheers, Metal. Yeah, again, send me more updates, because I mean, like, it's been over 3 weeks. I mean, when did you send that? Oh, jeez, you sent that a month ago. I mean, I'm sure you're probably a little further along in your painting than since then. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But either way, yeah. So if you've gotten more work done on them, you know, got more suits done, or let me see like a group shot of, like, say the one that wasn't properly cleaned amongst other crisis suits, like a bunch of other crisis suits, all in the same vein, and let's see if we can spot them, you know, right away, because we probably couldn't right away. I mean, you got to really look, right? So, Matthew Shannon, hi all, hello Matthew Shannon. Jameson Have, hello all, hello Jameson. Kristen, join me on Patreon, or I will make it a dream come true. Or I will join me on Patreon, or I will make it a dream come true. I'm sure I'm not following that. Arturo Patet, beers, thongs. I'm so proud of you all. Yeah, I know. We were talking painting a second ago, and now we're talking beer and thongs. Well, because I was thinking, well, what YouTube hosts in wargaming or tabletop in general, or this geekery type hobby, I guess you have to really kind of go to cosplay to get your beer and thongs, really, because you know, like a lot of them costumes for cosplayers, pretty revealing sometimes. But yeah, as far as like 40k characters, like online personalities, nobody's doing the show in a thong. And maybe I should start doing a show in a thong. I mean, you guys wouldn't see. I mean, I have to move the camera down, but I don't know. Do we really need to see that show? I don't know. I don't really think we do. I'm gonna argue we don't. For the sake of the internet, I think we don't have to. Dwarf Lord, quick question. Does Army Painter Quick Shade need a varnish before using? It smells like it could melt steel. Yeah, because it's a lacquer. It's like furniture polish. Urethane? It's not polyurethane. I think it's just like a urethane. At least that's what I initially got when we used to get like the big tins of it, right? Because it's like the same stain, furniture stain, like wood stain. That's what that stuff is. And are very close to, anyway. It's very reminiscent. I'm not saying it's exactly the same. I'm saying it's very reminiscent. Chemically, it could be identical. I have no idea. I can't say for certain because I wasn't there when it's made. But anyway, does it need a varnish beforehand? No, it doesn't. Will it need a varnish afterwards? Possibly, but unlikely, because if it's like a floor stain or a furniture stain, then it is, it's a sealant. It's a urethane. It'll dry with a hard shell to it. And what I've seen from dipped models using that stuff, because we've used it a few times back in the day around here for some models, and yeah, you don't need to. In fact, the models come out kind of shiny afterwards, so you have to kind of hit it with a mat just to knock that shine off. And yeah, so buyer beware. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of people use it. A lot of people are happy with the results. So, feel free to use it. Feel free. But it smells like a melt steel. Yeah, I know. It's like the fumes just and you're just, yeah. I guess that's why they often made the joke of like scale modelers and guys who make model airplanes and stuff like that. Getting high off the glue, because the old contact cement was like fumes as hell, right? Anyway, okay, first time, wee. Anthony B. I see the new Death Guard with lots of bronze and gold. That doesn't really appeal to me. I usually go lead belcher, wash, then typhus corrosion, then dry brush with Troll Slayer orange to get that rusted look. Thoughts? Sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I prefer rust in. I don't know if you're a Vault member or not. I had recently shown how a quick way of getting those Nurgle Marines painted. And basically what it did was I started with a mixture of a brown orange, using a sponge and applying it to the entire model as much as possible, of course, letting the brown and orange to blend and play together, but getting like high points of brown and high points of orange and letting the play kind of on the model surface. And then with the sponge coming back in and hitting it with the greens, building from the center outwards so that the corroded or brown orange stuff was like in the recesses and leaving the armor. And because of the stippling motion, it actually left a very interesting, very slight texture on the model surface, so that when I finished it off with a dry brush, it actually captured some of that surface. And it was very reminiscent to old Soviet battle tanks, how they kind of had that kind of really dimpled kind of look in the metal. Like basically it was like I've been watching a lot of blacksmithing videos, and like when metal's really heated up and it gets the scale on it, that's what I think it is. It's that scaly metal surface, like it's just a raw heated metal pounded into shape and then painted, right? And so yeah, that was the kind of look I was kind of like digging on it. Let me see here. Yeah, so I had shown how to do this Nurgle Marine right there. And so basically what I did is I had started off with the brown orange over the entirety of the armor, and then applied the greens. And it was only one layer of a green and a highlight, and that was it. And that was showing a fast way to get it done. So, yeah, of course, if you guys want a sneak little peek for all you Vault members and possible Vault members, this is what's going to be in the Vault this week. And this whole week has already been plotted out. And so here is what is coming up. And this is not done. This is almost done. So, yeah. It's kind of purdy, no? Kind of fun. Really, it's just, it'll probably be a few finishing details and stuff like that. But otherwise, yeah. Oop, colors are out of whack here. Damn webcam. Piss off. Piss off. Ah, screw it. Anyway, there we go. So the fitted bloat drone is the next model getting done. For all you Vault members. You guys get a sneak peek at that. Raziel Wargamer. Kris, am I correct in remembering you got the Samhan Eldar into a game of 8th recently? And if so, how did it go? I did a tournament recently with my, well, not with Samhan, but I mean, I played with my Eldar. And it was a very skewed kind of list. I basically took 3 Wraith Lords and the Avatar and a Lynx, and it beat a kind of a regular kind of Battleforged kind of dark Angel army. And then I faced off against the Stompa, and it beat the Stompa. But then I faced Owen's Imperial Guard, where he has just a Baneblade and with a couple squads. And the Baneblade ended up, because it was not a Baneblade, it was the other one. I don't know, the guns did like 3 damage each hit, and so like basically it was just, you know, knocking the wounds off of the Wraith Lords really, really fast. And you know, we had Dawn of War deployment, and he was in the back of the deployment zone, so it was a really long distance after truck, and you know, weathering fire. And so yeah, it didn't go very well, but I mean, I figured that a ranged army would probably beat me in that regards. And you know, but it was fun. I had fun. It was fun. Came in 3rd, you know. And so yeah, I've had quite a few games of 8th edition. I've gotten to play. I've played with a Wraith list for my army, and last night I played Steve and played if anybody remembers it in my channel from like battle reports from ages ago, I used to take like Farseer, jet bikes, Vipers, and Fire Prism in my, you know, as far as my army was concerned. I gave that a shot last night to see how it goes, and it was very cannon skewed. And so, you know, you'll have to tune in to Steve's channel to see the battle report. That'll come out. I'm not sure when he's going to post it. Probably a week or so. But yeah, so you'll have to wait and see what happens there. But Dark Eldar are very mean. Where are we? George Hints. Poly? Is it polyurethane? Yeah, you think it's polyurethane? That's polyurethane. Okay, sure. I'm not going to argue because I don't know. Christine Anthony B, I recommend using Rise of Rust and dry brush that over the Typhus Corrosion to get the better rust look rather than the Troll Slayer. It is much drier and spreads more convincingly, in my opinion. Sure, yeah, that's another one too. Twitch Kranos, anybody got good experience with the paint pot holder setups, paint station setups? Moving in a week, and we'll be back painting soon, and we'll have a permanent space set up finally. Well, I've recently, if you follow me on Instagram, I should shown my workstation, and I've gotten, crap, I think they're called Miniature Scenery. They do MDF paint racks. I believe they're in Australia, and yeah, I had recently got those for my workstation just to organize up, because I mean, I had pots and stuff like all over the friggin' place, and well, you can kind of see it in the shot here. Hold on, let's see here. Yeah, you can see, like I've got a rack there, rack, and then there's a rack, and then another rack, and then I have another rack over here. Yeah, see, over right there, where all my scale 75 stuff is sitting, and and a few of my Vallejos. But like I have like here, hold on. Oh, I can't move this camera. Never mind. I can't draw this one out too far. Sorry, the camera's all over the place here. Anyway, but like I have like a ton of other Vallejo. I've got like 2 cases of Vallejo and 2 cases of Reaper, and you know, got a whole bunch of paints. I got paints. I'm up to here in paints. Anthony B, I'm a Vault member. Thank you for the answer. I will check out the videos, beer, and underwear today for sure. Toland, whoa mama. Whoa mama. Whoa mama. Oh, was that for the blow drone? Yeah, the blow drone was a lot of fun. Again, all you Vault members, you're going to get to see how I did that. I mean, some of you guys probably already know a few of the tricks that I'm doing on here. I'm sure you guys can probably guess what I've done for a lot of portions. Yeah, there's really no big surprises in there. I'm sure a lot of you longtime viewers you'll guess it. You're all so smart. You'll guess it. Vito Verano painting. Hey Kris, I'm a little late, but better late than never. I'll be swinging by Mini Wargaming next week for 4 days. Looking forward to hanging with you, dude. Awesome. Yeah, come on in. Stop by. You know where my office is. It's right here. Wait, is this my office? Yeah, this is my office. Whose office am I in? Whoa. Degrade Death Angel. Oh boy, too bad I'm not interested in Chaps, Eldar, Eldar Corsairs, Dark Eldar, Space Marines, Guard, Inquisition, Death Watch, or Sierras is more than enough. Oof, man, that's a lot. Yeah. Pat and Penny, how did the Wraithless do? The Wraithless did actually pretty good. It faced off against Tau, which once I was in close combat with them, Tau can spit out a stupid amount of fire, even Overwatch fire because of the fire blades, and just thinking about how much dice they roll is just giving me a headache. Anyway, once I was in combat with them, yeah, it was pretty much game over. Because basically what I was doing was I took a list of 2 Wave Serpents, Wraith Guard with Scythes, and Wraith Blades in the other one, threw Jane Czar in one of the in with the Wraith Blades, and then had a Wraith Lord backing him up on foot, and that was 1,000 points. And yeah, the Wave Serpents at that scale level, very powerful because they're very survivable, because they automatically take a damage off. They when you throw on Vector Dancer, when they advance, they are -1 to hit. They have Spirit Stones, so it's 6s to ignore wounds, So, and of course, because you can split fire, so you can throw shuriken catapults on one thing, heavy weapon on another. I suspect more people will be taking Falcon Grav Tanks more now, because that's 3 weapon systems on that thing that can spit fire in 3 different directions, essentially. So why not, right? I mean, yeah, it's very fun. But yeah, so anyway, the Wraith list was took on Tau, took on Demons, and took on Custodes. But Custodes, we jumped it up to like 1,500. It was me and Quirk playing the game, and it was a little skewed, because if we had kept it at 1,000, and what he was planning on taking for 1,000, which was basically like 15 Custodes on foot, it would have been really boring, because all it would have done would have been just stay out of range and just keep hammering him with fire at range, and that'd have been really boring. And so we upped the points a bit so he could throw in Land Raiders. And with the Land Raiders, he ended up just shooting me to death with the stupid things. And so it was really quite funny. It was kind of like, well, here I was going to do one thing to kick his ass, and then just up it by a couple more points. And, so it was kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, so the Wraith list did well. The Samhan list, you'll have to find out how that did. And then the Avatar it was basically a spearhead, because it was the Avatar, 3 Wraith Lords, and a Lynx, which is a heavy support now. And yeah, so that was fun. Brainstormer news. You should make a Discord channel. What's a Discord channel? I don't know what that is. Huh? It's a chat room. A Discord channel is a chat room? Okay. That's Justin providing his wisdom. A Discord channel is a chat room? Okay. I mean, like, I have the Way of the Brush Facebook page. We can talk there. I recently had set up a Reddit thread on Reddit. So if you look for Way of the Brush Reddit, or r/Reddit, or Way of the Brush, whatever it is, I can't remember. So there's many ways we can all chat and talk, and of course, my email is in the description below. Everything, all my info is in the description below. So feel free to click that. I know a lot of people don't click on the descriptions. Why, I don't know, but yeah. So anyway, Raziel Wargamer. My buddy is apparently really into Banshees and Striking Scorpions right now. With Jane Czar, the Banshees can't be Overwatch. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Against like Imperial Guard, Tau, that wave of Banshees. Like if you had two wave serpents, one with Jane Czar and Banshees, and the other one with Banshees, and they just went whatcha right up in front and discarded all the Banshees. And the Banshees go charging into that Tau line, they would probably do very well. Especially if you had a Farseer backing them up with, say, Doom, on some units, or, just throwing some stuff like that around. Yeah. Because Jane Czar, I mean, she's really, really good. She's, I think, the cheapest Phoenix Lord. But she doesn't really hit that hard. She's really more for, like, anti-infantry. Before, she used to have a strength bonus for her staff, and she doesn't get that no more. And she's just, like, a base 4 now, and so, yeah. But, anyway. Oh, Discord is a voice chat. It's a voice chat, they're telling me. Oh, okay, it's a voice chat. Like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak. Yeah. I used to have TeamSpeak. I don't have it anymore, though. Resident Wargamer had Jameson have the washes from the most of the big hobby lines. Seem great, and also into GW's technicals like Typhus Corrosion. Also, I used Tamiya Weathermaster kits for years and love them. Yeah, Tamiya makes some fantastic stuff. Fantastic. There's so many good paints and effects stuff out there. MiG, Tamiya. Man, there's just so much out there. And really, when you're getting into weathering, like if you really want some excellent weathering advice, don't look at wargamers. Look at the scale modelers. Look to their stuff. Look to the modelers there, because they're going to have some really great advice. They're the guys who've been weathering for years and know how to make something weathered realistically. So look to them. Scale 40K players, stuff like that. The weathering, it's not realistic in comparison to scale modelers. Scale modelers are doing realistic weathering. So if you really want to get some really good advice in that regards, yeah, look to those guys, because they're doing some really phenomenal stuff. Jeremy Henson, it's a voice and text and free. Discord.gg. .gg? That's the extension? GG? Like good game? Discord good game? I don't... Anyway, Discord. Okay, I'll check it out. I mean... Why am I checking out, though? What is the added benefit of being on that platform? There we go. That's really the big question. What is the added benefit of being on that platform? I have no idea. You guys will have to tell me. What time we at here? 1:07. We got lots of time. Lots of time. So let's do another email. Where am I? Lost place where I was in emails. All right, let's do another email. Oh yeah, I forgot to check. email time. Email time. And of course, again, thank you, Guymere Ulfer, for the jingles. They provide so much happiness and laughs. It's like little angels farting. Anyway, this is an email from UFO? UFO? Is that his handle, UFO or UFO? Anyway, hello, Kris. I like your show and amazing quick tips. Also, you put a faith in me in glossy red paint jobs on models. I just finished my guard army, took a look, and it took me 4 or 5... Take a look. It took me 4 or 5 months. Okay. I used lots of wood stain. Hooch. And what do you think about this technique? Images are for you to use as you like for a tasty brush pot juice. UFO. For a tasty brush pot juice. Brush pot juice? Brush pot juice? Really? Avast? Of course, Gmail is just completely failing me here by not scanning these things for viruses. I'm completely losing my faith in Gmail. Holy man, look at these guys. Where are we? Nope, not that one. This one? Nope, wrong one. There we go. I should label my things more better. Label my buttons better. Anyway. Oh, I like the banner. I really like. It's a nice clean paint job. He now, of course, we were talking about the Army Painter dips, and so I'm assuming that's what he did here. He was using the dips, and so basically I think what he's doing is he's base coating. Looks like maybe he's throwing an edge highlight on, and then he's giving it a dip, which is pretty fast work, which is pretty good. Oh, some pretty good freehand there on the banner too. Very cool. Very effective. And of course, I mean, like, when you have like a bazillion of these guys to do, it's very forgivable to, you know, take a lot of shortcuts. You know, not every model has to be an award-winning piece. And so, you know, cut yourself some slack when doing like large kind of hordish kind of armies like this, like Imperial Guard, Orcs, you know, Tyranids, Tau, not Tau, but no, the battle case all depends on Tau, but you know, Tyranids, Orcs, Imperial Guard, where you have like oftentimes a bazillion models to do, not to be confused with Brazilian, but bazillion. Some people are out there like, this time I thought he was saying Brazilian. Anyway, all really cool work on the banner again. Looks like a Bretonian standard. Would I be wrong in saying that's a Bretonian one? To get rid of that the decal markings, you can hit that with another gloss varnish, and that will hide that edging on there. Of course, too, oftentimes when you see that white appearing in behind the transfer, that often is an indicator that air is getting in behind it, and you need to start using either a solvent set to melt that transfer so it adheres to that model surface better, and then sealing it either with a gloss or matte. Usually I like to go with a gloss then a matte if you know you're going for that particular effect, but otherwise I like this guy's gas mask. That's cool. Really fast and effective painting though. It's very clean, and I mean, like, one highlight and then that shade wash goes on and it gives you all that variation within the shadows. It's a very effective technique. It's a very fast, easy way. No, I wouldn't say easy, because it's not, because the dip method it's kind of messy, so it's not easy, because then, you know, you got to clean crap up after. So here we go. Now, what are the gas masks from? They got to be from something like Victoria Miniatures or something. I have no idea where they're from. I'm probably way off on that one, but anyway, very cool. Oh, here we go. Some different color scheme. Like this guy. Now these ones here look like a base coat and then dipped. I'm not seeing the presence of highlighting. At least I'm not seeing it anyway. I mean, not that that's a bad thing or anything like that. I mean, oftentimes tell people, you know, to do a nice clean base coat and then, you know, give it a shade wash and bang, you're done. And this is an example of that. I mean, at this distance here, they look awesome. Like, awesome. You couldn't, at this kind of distance, hold on, at this kind of distance, can I zoom out further? No, I can't zoom out further. At this kind of distance, which is arm length, you can't tell a tabletop paint job, you know, from a high tabletop paint job from, you know, a display standard paint job, because, you know, at that distance, you just can't see all those details. Oh, wow, look at all these guys. You just can't see all that detail. I mean, here, look at this. And when you have a bazillion of these guys all arrayed together, you're not looking at, you know, individual paint jobs. You're looking at this as a whole, and you're like, wow, look how uniform, clean, like, they're all finished, and it's ready to go. I mean, that's better than what I can say for most of my army, you know? Most of my army still... Shit, some of my models are still primered. Oh, very cool. Now, what is your secret, really, to getting through this many models? Because I'd like to know. Like, is it just simply... Well, he said 4 or 5 months, so that's a good chunk of time. Hour or two a day kind of thing, you know? Yeah, you can get your way through it. Ooh, that one looks pretty heavy there. Let's see. Can we zoom in? Yeah. Yeah. The shade wash built up pretty heavily on there. Very cool. Now, does the guy really need to be on a big base like that all by himself? This guy's got 2. That's not even fair. He's got 2 rockets. Here I am with the last gun. He's got 2. Anyway. Very, very cool. Wow. Just impressive. Impressive. Just so many dudes. 4 or 5 months knocking out all these guys. That's pretty damn good. All the catechins. All the little Rambos everywhere. That's pretty cool. Again, when you're looking at this many models, man, you know. I take it these are the objective markers. Yeah, they're all numbered, so I assume they're objective markers. That's so sad, actually. It's very sad. But the standard, yeah, the standard is very cool. I like this one. It's very good. I like it. Nice and clean. Effective. Very nice. Thank you for sending that in. That's awesome stuff. I like it. Again, feel free to send me more. Whenever you can. But good stuff. I like it. And I also was a little bit curious. How do you get through that many models? How do you do it? How do you do what is the process for doing that? Like just sitting down and trucking through that many models, because going through that many models makes my ass hurt. So I mean, how do you do it? What's your secret? I would love to know, and I'm sure the rest of the monkeys would love to know. Where are we in the comments? Brainstormer news. I don't have Facebook though. Oh, okay. Rip. Cool. I don't know what the hell we're talking about here. Toland. I just dipped my paintbrush into my coffee. Been there, done that. Speaking of coffee, I'm gonna do that too. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. So, Jeremy Henson adds flavor when licking the brush later. Yep, it does. Oh, Bat94 says those gas masks are from Anvil Industries. Ah, okay. Anvil Industries. There we go. So anybody who's watching and liked those gas masks, head over to Anvil Industries. They'll hook you up if they're in stock, or they still make them. And if they don't, I'm sorry. Tolo approved chapter and emperor. Huh? I don't know what they're talking about. See, that's what happens when I go on a long email like that and I come back to the chat and it's like, what's everybody talking about? I don't know. I don't know what people are talking about. With the Welsh bloke there is. Hey everybody. Hello Welsh bloke. Kristen E, most of the Imperial Guard models in my local places that get played are on the gray on gray chapter. This is an impressive army. Yes, it is. It's very impressive when somebody can sit through and paint that many models, and I mean 4 or 5 months is really it's a long time, but it's in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that long to work on an army, especially how many units was that? That was 5, 20, 30 man units, full platoons. I mean, that was a lot. And I mean, he went greens, reds, blues, catechins. That's a lot of dudes. There was no tanks in there. That was all squads. That was all guard. That was all beefcake. Chris, the trick is not using your ass. Makes it hurt less. See, I beg to differ. Okay, I'm about to embark upon 1,500 points of AdMech. Wish me speed and luck. Well, good luck. Spoit you. There he is. I'm starting my wife Tau kill team. I feel dirty. Why? Tau, Brad. I like Tau. I had a Tau army once. But then the call of the Eldritch drew me back, and so I went back to Eldar. Lala Levi. Guys, what do you think about the new 8th edition? I like it. At the beginning of the show, I was talking about how much I like it. So if you want to catch the beginning of the show and hear my opinion on so far playing, because I've fit in quite a few games now so far, like I don't know, 10 maybe, yeah, 10. Let's say 10. I don't think it's been 10, but anyway, I've had quite a few games, and I like it. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's streamlined enough for me that it keeps it challenging and yet not so watered down that, you know, it's like, well, that's too easy. I mean, you know, some people will feel that it's really watered down, but I mean, the game has been severely watered down since 3rd edition. So, you know, we're talking 20 years. It's only going to be old farts like myself who are really going to be complaining about streamlining and simplifications. Because, I mean, 1st, 2nd edition, the rules were more complex. And if you were playing in those days and you're going to play 8th edition, I think you might actually enjoy 8th edition. Even if you are making the jump from 2nd to 8th, you might enjoy 8th edition. Cocking 555, Way the Brush, episode 161. I like my coffee with 2 cream, 1 brush. I like it. You win, Cocking. That's it. That's excellent. And it's excellent because it's relatable. Because that's what I'm looking for in the title of a show, relatability. No, I'm not. There we go. You win, Cocking. You win the prize. What's the prize? Couldn't tell you. My admiration. Isn't that the biggest kick in the pants, eh? Bat94 just got some Victoria miniatures. Working on them now. I'm sure to send them along in a bit. Okay. Great, Death Angel. I know the pain. Maybe that's why I got a ton of models just out of sight in the other room. David Vaughn. I have more than 200 models to paint with a ton more incoming. I'm a beginning painter. Should I work on my skills by painting a lot quickly or take my time with each one? I think if you are brand new to this hobby and you're buying a bunch of models, man. Okay, here's some really important advice. Okay. You're better off assembling and painting as you go. So grab a box, assemble it, and paint it. Grab another box, assemble it, and paint it. I know it's very tempting to just grab a whole bunch of models and assemble them all and then play. And if you want to do that, that's fine too, but I wouldn't recommend it because going back to painting at that point, it's kind of hard. You know, you just kind of, well, I don't really feel like it. I've already got my army ready to go. You know what I mean? There's all these excuses that you end up making up. And so, you know, don't do it. You're better off grabbing one box, assembling it, painting it. Grab another box, assemble and paint it. The next thing is don't have all the projects in front of you. Have just 1 or 2 projects in front of you and work on that. Concentrate on proper cleaning of the model, proper priming of the model, and laying out a nice smooth base coat onto the model. If you have an airbrush, and if you have a whack ton of models you're going to have to do, that's going to save you a bit of time. But otherwise, if you're doing it by hand, that's fine as well. Again, just chunk out the work, grab, like if you got like 30 guys, just grab 5, base coat 5, grab another 5, base coat 5, grab another 5, base coat 5, and then you'll find you're trucking through this stuff pretty quickly. And when you start to master cleaning your models and priming your models properly and base coating your models properly and staying nice and neat and getting a nice smooth base coat, you're going to find that you're going to, by the time that those things become kind of second nature to you, other techniques are going to almost be second nature to you, doing highlights and glazing and dry brushing and blending and all these other things, all these other techniques. Because really what it is once you start to master how to thin your colors and apply thin layers to the model and smooth paint jobs to a model, you're going to be ahead of the curve as far as a beginner is concerned. So concentrate on those. Don't be in a rush to try and throw on slightly more complex kind of ideas like OSL and non-metallic metals. You're going to hear those terms. You're going to want to do them. You can try them if you want, but don't kill yourself trying to do it, and don't get discouraged because you don't get it on your first try. Just keep going. Just keep swimming, because this process is not learned overnight. It takes time and it takes practice, and the only way you get good at something is by practice. And I haven't met anybody who right out of the gate was an awesome miniature painter. Everybody had to practice. Everybody. So always keep that in mind. Don't get discouraged is the other big key factor in this. Where are we? King 555. You need to turn on timestamps for I seen them as they are generated. Okay. Twitch Granos, hide some of those models. Don't look at them all in one go, or it'll put you off. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Carters, am I a fool for taking time on each and every one of my orcs? No, you're not a fool for taking your time with each and every orc. You're getting a really nice paint job on each and every one of your orcs. But the part not to get discouraged by is the fact that it's going to take you a long time to get each and every orc painted, right? If you don't play all that often, then fine, take your time. Work on them, right? Because, this hobby is a hobby, and it's supposed to be relaxing. And if you are getting really kind of stressed out about stuff, like your painting and things like that, then you got to take a break from the hobby, because the hobby's stressing you out, right? And so, no, this is supposed to be relaxing time. This is where we're supposed to chill out, recollect our thoughts, get ready for the week, like recharging the battery, like all these things. And painting is supposed to be that, right? The painting is supposed to be relaxing time to reflect. And so if it takes you a long time to paint, you're happy doing it, keep doing it, man. Keep going. I know just a lot of gamers out there, they want to get the models painted because, tournaments and stuff like that have, painting standards and stuff like that. And so they want to quickly get through the paint jobs. But sometimes people also want to do a really good paint job on their army because, sometimes, it's bragging rights kind of stuff, right? It's, your buddies are gaming together and, Steve over here, he does really awesome paint jobs and, look at his army and Steve's basking in the glory of his friends. And, everybody likes a little bit of, appraisal, so nothing wrong with it. I don't think anyway. Madco Crazy. Nope. Not Madco Crazy because he's talking to somebody else. Christine, I have a rule. I never, ever play with a model unless it's painted to my own satisfaction. Well, there you go. That's good. Yeah. Back my gaming group back in the day when we were all still playing Rogue Trader, we never played with any unpainted models. If you just got a model and you wanted to play with it right away, you had to hurry up and get it painted. And now, mind you, back in the day, I used to only spend maybe an hour or two on a Space Marine, so, really didn't take that long to get the model painted, but, basically, whenever we were sitting around making up lists, we could sit there and hurry up and paint our brand new model while it was, while everybody else was still writing out their lists and stuff like that, because, there was no army builders or stuff like that. You had to do all your points and stuff like that by hand, and, it required a slide ruler, an abacus, and, stuff like that. So, yeah. Carters. Yay. Yeah, dude, do what you want, man. They're your models. It's your time. It's your hobby. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Don't worry. I'm offering advice like this because, it's not a lot of people that ask me these kind of questions. They're like, well, how can I quickly get through this stuff, right? Well, if you have an airbrush, you can quickly move through it. Well, I don't have an airbrush. Well, then you're going to take some time then, so, but, yeah. King 555. My friend cut the paint, then assembles the models again 1 year, and still on his first model. Yeah. So, but if he's painting to a really high standard, then And unfortunately, myself, I get caught up in that kind of thing too, where I really want to, do a really, really great job. And I'm just painting to a tabletop standard, but I end up spending a lot of time. Like, for example, like this guy here. I bought this model when he came out, which was like in early 2000s. And I just recently finished him in the last couple of weeks. And, you know, it was because I was back and forth with how I wanted to do the glow, how to do the armor, and, you know, the effects and this and that. And, you know, and there was a lot of, you know, mental blocks. So, you know, avoid that. You know, keep it simple. Don't kill yourself about, you know, getting a really great paint job. Especially if it's for a gaming piece, you know. It's just a gaming piece. Unless, of course, you're a tournament player and, you know, your painting's judged. Then, of course, yeah, you're going to want to do a better than average paint job, of course. You're going to want to do some, you know, display type paint jobs. Mad Cow Crazy. Hey, Chris, will Mini Wargaming be taking part in the Kronos campaign? Ordered my campaign set this week, so getting ready over here. I have no idea. No idea. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Niente. Tolo. Only painted models. Don't be a gracist. It's like an old man joke. Metal Parsnip. Hashtag gray minis matter. Oh man. Gray minis matter. That's funny. That's funny. Where are we in the comments? Geeko 170. I would imagine Alexis wears a thong for her shows. I don't know who Alexis is, but okay. And what kind of shows are we talking about? Like miniature shows? Tabletop? Or gaming? I don't know. But either way. Raziel Wargamer at Kris. I am so like that with models. Big exception being that Imperial Knight I sent you pics of. Sometimes the inspiration is real. Yeah. You know, again, it's that trap of like, I want to have these really fantastic looking miniatures. And so then you're like, okay, well, you know, you're spending like, you know, 5 hours doing a Guardian. And it's like, is this really the best way to get my army done? No. You know, can I speed this process up? Probably. Should I be? Do I want to play games? And that really becomes the question, right? It's like a flow chart, right? So it's like, do I want to play games? Yes. Do I want to have painted models? Yes. Do they have to be, you know, tabletop or, you know, display standard? No. Do they, you know, have to meet certain requirements? Yes. You know what I mean? And so you just keep going through, and, you know, you eventually find where, you know, your happy medium is. Tolo, thongs and tabletop? Tabletop. Thongs and tabletop? Yeah, I don't know. Geeko says, I would imagine Alexis wears a thong for her shows. I don't know who Alexis is, though. I don't know who we're talking about. Anyway, let's do an email, because we are still way behind, and we're not getting any closer by flapping our gums like this. So, let's go. Oh yeah, this is the monkey chimp. Email time. It's email time. That one's still my favorite. And of course, again, thank you, Guy Merrill, for the intro music. This is from Two Guns Painting. Hi, Chris. I completed my Yeti, which is actually a Sasquatch. A Sasquatch? Miniature from Spellcrow. I took the gamble of trying out Valhalla and Blizzard. I applied a minimal amount around the beard, head, shoulders, and cuffs. I am quite happy with it. What do you think? It's a funny substance to work with. Feels like pasting damp sand on. It dries rock solid and seems to bond very well. Do you and the monkeys think I should add a bit of shock contrast with blood or leave it alone? I think a splatter out in the snow would look really great, but I'm not sure of adding any to the frozen tusk. My thanks. Two Guns Painting, Terry Bassett. And so here is his Yeti Sasquatch. Ooh, this is cool. Look at this thing. This is from Spellcrow Minis. We did a giveaway a while back, Spellcrow models. One of the giveaway specials we had, because Spellcrow gave me a whole bunch of stuff to give away. And so I did. I still have a bunch of stuff that I want to paint, but haven't gotten to yet. But again, that's a different story. Again, it's the whole ass thing. Painting with your whole ass. Anyway, I like this little transition you got going on the tusk. That's very cool. I take it that's from actually observing actual tusks in nature. Like what they had, that discoloration where like basically, because like this is obviously rooted within the animal itself, and that would be where the skin kind of comes to, you know, meet the end, and so that would be like where plaque buildup occurs, and you know, things like that nature. A very nice touch, I think, and I think I really like that. That's something I may borrow in the future when doing, you know, ripped tusks from animals and things like that. I like that. That's very cool. It's a nice touch. Again, okay, so he had added snow to the top of the hair, the beard, and the shoulders. No, I don't think that's too much at all. In fact, I like it. It looks good. I think if you knew you were going to add this much snow to stuff, I think you could have left the hair in some places a little darker. But that's not something you could go back on now. I mean, like, you know, maybe the next time, but really nice color scheme. I like the flesh color. Holy man, he's got some wicked pubes. Jeez Louise. And so this is really a test of Valhallan snow. Valhallan snow or Valhallan blizzard. I'm gonna have to definitely, I don't know if I have any. I might have to pick up a bottle of this because this is some really great stuff, and I get snow questions all the time. Yeah, I really like it. I like the effect it gives the model. It's a really nice touch. I really like the color scheme, though. I like that flesh. That flesh is awesome, how you did that. And it's just edged in that nice little light blue. I like that. I really, really like that. It's a nice, clean paint job. I like the paint job. I'm not really that concerned with the snow, actually. I'm really liking the paint job. But the snow is nice. Yes, the snow is nice. Does it need anything? Honestly, no. I don't think so. I mean, if you wanted to, sure. I think it would feel a little gratuitous, maybe. I kind of like the clean appearance of it all because, again, your paint style is very clean, right? And so to throw in like a little bit of blood splat onto the snow and then like a little bit onto the tusk, like he just kind of bashed somebody in. Like the base isn't giving me the impression that he was just bashing somebody's head in. You know what I mean? Like if there was like, you know, a beaten up guy on the base, then yes, I'd kind of want to see that. Or like a helmet or something, you know? Something along those lines. I think would give me that impression that, yeah, sure, throw some blood on there, right? But I like the way this guy looks as is. It would have to be very minimal. It'd have to be a very subtle amount of blood, like in the snow, like just a little trickle in the thing, and maybe just like a little splash on the tusk, and that's about it. But I mean, really, the way the colors all work right now, I'm immediately always drawn to the face. Why? Because that mouth and his eyes, because he's got that nice red in the eyes, and you can see that hint of reds in the gums of his teeth. And that immediately draws my view to his face every time I start looking around the model. And if he threw the blood in, I think it would get taken away, and I think I'd lose the character, like the feeling of the model, if he was just him. You know what I mean? It's a good paint job. I like the tone, the skin tone, man. It's just awesome. And yeah, I don't think it needs blood, man. I don't think so. I think you'd hurt this paint job by giving it blood. But of course, if it's a gaming piece and you want it to fit in, and he's got other stuff. But I mean, if this is something to display, you're just leaving on your shelf, you know, to impress your friends with, I don't think it needs blood. I don't think so. I think this is a good example of a nice, clean paint job. And so, no, I wouldn't do it. No blood, not necessary, not needed. Do it if you want, but I don't feel it's necessary. And I mean, yeah, you could do with that as you wish. I mean, you know, I am not the authority on blood on bases or not. Any crushing things needed my attention right now in the chat? No, everybody liking the Yeti. People love the Yeti. Yeah. Oh, G Squared's joining us now. Hi, G Squared. No, I'm not seeing anything that. Oh, crushed glass would look awesome. Tolo would recommend crushed glass. Yeah, but I mean, I like the way that snow effect looked, you know? And I'm sure somebody's going to come up with a really great combination of snow and, you know, something that looks like the crushed glass. Because, I mean, crushed glass, yeah, I can get really fine, right? And give you that that almost shimmering rainbow that you get with, you know, like fresh snow on the ground like that. Anybody who's ever experienced snow. I know there's people in the southern hemisphere who's probably never seen snow. But, yeah. Anyway. Let's do another email. This one is first time sending an email. Hope it works. This is Colton. What's his? Oh, Alucard Colt. Alucard Colt. Hey, Kris. Well, this is the first time I'm ever submitting an email to you. I have been a long-time fan of the show and love your advice on painting and life in general, so I send a lot of my projects. Hope you enjoy and would appreciate any advice. Also, as you can tell, I have many armies to choose from, so I sent a little bit of what I would like to call my best and favorite models. If you would like to look, if they don't look too bad, and this email works, then I will send more. P.S. Nurglebum. Nurglebum. Oh man, I thought we'd go a show without Nurglebum. Anyway, thank you, and to all the monkeys, take care of your brushes and use a palette. Alucard Colt. And so, as you can see here, the first one we're going to have a look at is a Lord of Battle. Look at this thing. This is impressive. Bang. That's very cool. Obviously, I think it's pretty obvious that he's working with the help from an airbrush. But, I mean, on a gigantic ass model like this, of course you're going to use an airbrush because you would be a sucker not to. If you had one and had a big model to do like this, of course you're going to use an airbrush. But, yeah, let's have a look here. Really cool. Really interesting. I think the metallics could use like another, like just a quick little edging just to bring out the edges a bit more. But I mean, it's corn and, you know, it's chaos. So it's the darker, the eviler kind of thing going on, I guess. Very cool. Oh, a different angle. Very nice. Oh, did we have blood on the axe? Was there? Oh, we don't see the axe. Do we see the axe? Is there another picture with the axe? No. No, we're not getting that picture of the axe. Here we go, some plague dudes with a ton of Nurgle slime. Very, very cool. Very gross. Of course, it's Nurgle, so it's very appropriate. Oh, look at the little Nurgling. Nurgle bum. Very cool. Oh, there we go. Now, here we go. Now we have Nurgle bum. Look at all this green slime on the base. That's really cool. It's slimy. I think a gloss varnish on the model wouldn't have hurt. Or maybe even a satin varnish. Just kind of a semi-gloss, I think would have been kind of cool. Just to give him a bit of a slimy appearance. But not so much that it conflicts with the slime. So like a semi-gloss, you know, where he's got a slightly shiny appearance to him. I think would have been a nice little touch. Here's a marine character. I can't remember who the hell he was. Obviously a space wolf, some sort of duder. Oh, he looks like, what the hell are these guys? The wolf priests? Yeah. No. Wolf priests are the psychics. What the heck are the, chaplain duders? Iron priests. There we go. Iron priests. I knew I'd get there. Nice and clean. Really good. I mean, again, you know, as long as you're happy with it, I mean, like, that's all that matters. And I mean, as long as you got a nice clean paint job, man, they look really good. Holy crap, look at this. Here we go. This is where he's showing us his painting. Yeah, we got, look at this guy. Look, he's got a great big base here. Looks like sticky tack or something. So you can pull the thing off. Very, very cool. I imagine you probably entered this into some sort of competition. Maybe one of the local GW stores or something like that. Very cool. Very nice. It's a salamander. I think the base could have been just a bit brighter. But other than that, really cool. Because yeah, you got like the sword or the blade on the staff is really kind of bright. I think I would have liked to seen that on the lava as well. But very cool. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at the lightning. That's cool. It's very interesting. I like the, like, I like the harshness of that blue, and like you have on the hands and the staff, and then the desaturated red in the armor, like how strong a blue that feels like on the hands, like the power weapons, and then the red of the armor has got like this, you know, kind of softer, kind of desaturated kind of look. I kind of like that. It's a very interesting kind of contrast. It's very cool. It's very interesting. Did the eyes need to be green? Could they have been a light blue? I just ask. It's not a huge issue. I just ask. Because again, you have so much blue. I think the eyes could have been, you could have used blue in the eyes. Very nice stuff. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, wow. Very nice. I like the glowy impression we get from his helmet. I like that. Very nice. Oh, here we go. Nice and clean. Good stuff. Here's Celestine, everybody's favorite Imperial girl, who just apparently is a complete pain to deal with in the game. Nice stuff. I like that model. I enjoy painting that model when I painted it for the videos. Oh, we got some War Machine. Wow, we got some War Machine going on. Man, it's been a long time since we had any War Machine. Very cool. I like the glow in the face. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. Now these, like in War Machine, these guys are actually a really good chance to show some weathering on models and do some weathering. Oh wow, got some cipher going on. Very cool. I like the choice in the gun. I like the all gold gun. That's very cool. On the cipher I did the barrel silver while I kept the handle looking gold. Just the way it looked to me. I don't know. Ooh, Gilliman. Oh, interesting fire. Kind of a rosy kind of pink fire. I like your choice of blue fire on the sword. I like that. I really like that. I think it could have went a little bit brighter, but I like that it's a blue sword, like, you know, like kind of like a hot methane kind of fire or something like that. You know, that's a really, I think, a very good choice. I'm just kind of tired of seeing the oh, yeah, it's a nice painting on that. I honestly, I wish that was a little bit brighter. Yeah, because it looks cool. Looks good. Yeah, because I'm sick to death of seeing Gilliman with that flaming red sword. It's so freaking dumb. Oh, here we go. The Butcher. Speaking of the Butcher, there he is. Oh, I like the effect on the sword. Let me zoom a bit more on that. Yeah, I like that. I like the color. That's nice. That's purty. Looks good. Nice and clean. Oh, is that it? Oh, that was it. Aww. Aww. Anyway, thank you, a la carte Colt, for sending that in. Very cool stuff. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I really liked a lot of the effects you had done on your blades and stuff. And of course, you know, feel free to send me more. And yeah, thank you for sending those emails or email with the pictures. Some really great painting there. And how did you do on that on the Salamander? I assume it, because the big base on it, I assume that was for a display piece, or maybe it was for like a local tournament and it was like your centerpiece. I don't know, but either way, how did it do? Did it place any? You know, did you place? I'd like to know. Just my need to know. Christine at Kris, that is a wolf priest, more specifically Ulrich the Slayer. Oh, well there. Oh yeah, because Iron Priests are the Tech Marines. Yeah, okay. Space Wolves. Gotta make everything so damn wolf or whatever. Anyway. Prawn Hamdens. Awesome. I primed them all now to lather and acrylic. Also, my life has been changed by Vallejo Flow Improver. So good. I've not used Vallejos. I've used Reapers and I've used Liquitex. Not used Vallejos. I might have to give Vallejo a try. Oh, bum 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 bum. Tolo. Nurgle bums and lightning. Very, very frightening. Gilliman. Magnifico. Magnifico. Like he's singing his song. Johnny Wraith. There he is. Yo, Kris. Yo, Johnny. How's it been? Hopefully you're getting lots of painting done. Hopefully you've been painting since I've been, detained? No, not detained. That's the wrong word. Away? Detained? Away? No. I don't know. Either way, hopefully you've all been painting, with the little bit of break. Of course, now we're back on a rough... I mean, it's summertime, so I might, miss a few here and there because it's summer. I mean, you can't fault a guy for wanting to enjoy a nice day. Rezio Wargamer at Kris. If it weren't supposed to be Emperor's sword, then it would always be shown as red orange fire. Just part of the narrative in that case. I don't care. I'm just sick and tired of seeing that orange flaming sword. That's why I did when I painted Gilliman, the sword was given kind of a normal kind of non-metallic metal look, and then I painted the flames separately. I didn't paint the entire sword like the sword was flame, Yeah. Cocking55. Yep, needs timestamps. What needs time? You mean the chat needs timestamps? Why does the chat need timestamps? Why? Oh, man. Yeah. Coffee. What time we at? We got 9 minutes left. Let's do another email. This one's from Jesse Patton. Kris. Not even a hi. It's just Kris. Like he's screaming it at me from across a room. I have a hopeful quick tip for you. I am currently trying to paint a Death Corp of Krieg Death Riders, and I'm trying to add variety to the horses. I'm actually quite colorblind, so it is difficult to determine my own colors for browns, and was wondering if you could show a few color combinations. I currently use an airbrush to do mine. Thanks, Kris. Okay, so to do horses, oops, no, not. I didn't want to click that. I wanted to click that. There we go. So to do horses, by airbrush, relatively easy because then you can just kind of zenithal highlight them and then let the muscles do the highlighting for you, kind of thing. So you just get the overspray. But really quickly here, and I probably will do a video on them because I have gotten the question on horses before. But really quickly, I would probably start off with something like, it depends. I probably like dryad bark for the base to get a nice deep brown color, and then give it a highlight of. Here we go. All right. Here is roughly the little triad of colors I would probably run through for a horse, going from a darker brown to a mid-tone brown to a light brown, and those colors are dryad bark. Okay, here we go. Dryad bark. Gorthor brown for the mid-tone, and then the highlight would be Baneblade brown. And of course, if you wanted to add finer highlights, like taking it to say Pallid Witch Flesh, or even Screaming Skull, or those really off whites kind of thing, you could do that too. Nothing wrong with that. It really depends on what kind of horse we're talking about, because again, we could go with black. Start off with blacks for a horse. We could start off with dark browns, light browns, almost orange, almost like orangey browns for some horses, right? It's what the hell are the horses called with the spots? They're like mostly white, but they have like light brown spots with black spots, and the name's completely escaping me right now. Anyway, yeah, the name. I'm drawing a blank on the name. I almost want to say Palmetto, but it's not Palmetto. It's not Appaloosa? No, Appaloosa? Appaloosa? No. Man, I'm drawing a complete blank now. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know it is. Tolo. Cows? No, shut up. Palomino? Is it Palomino? Is that the name I'm thinking of? Palomino, where they got the big, they're mostly white with the big spots? I think it might be Palomino. I think that's what it is. Palomino. I believe that's what it is. Paul Boyd? Markel what? Danish artist Kris, have you tried the tabletop game Rumble Slam? No, I've not. No, that's the wrestling one. Yeah, I seen Ash was covering that the other day. Yeah. Palomino, yeah. So Palomino. Okay, so Palomino. Okay, so. Whoa, the freaking compressor just came on. Anyway. That scared me. Yeah, Appaloosa. You're thinking Palomino. Yeah, okay. Well, then what's Appaloosa? Is that a horse breed? I don't know. I don't know horses. I know you'd think, yeah, Native American, you'd know all sorts of things about horses, but no, not really. That's a stereotype, dick. So anyway, yeah, as far as horses, yeah, I'll do a quick tip on it. Yeah, probably using airbrush and probably not using airbrush, like doing it by hand. But yeah, if I was doing a brown horse, that's probably what I start with. I know with a lot of my Bretonians, when I was painting my Bretonians at the time, that's kind of color scheme I'd go with, dark browns, stuff like that. Of course, you know, you can always use black, and so really it is a question of what kind of horse are we talking about? You know, are we talking about like pure black horses, which are like what, Arabian, I think Arabians are pure black or something like that. Anyway, it's really what kind of horses we want to do, and maybe we'll do like a whole week of just doing just horses. I gotta find some horse models though. Where are some good horse models to display that, to show that on? Is there any good horse models? Does Games Workshop produce any good horse models? Well, he said he was doing it for what? His Death Corp of Krieg? Was that what it was for? Horses for his Death Corp of Krieg. So maybe if we can scare up some old horsies. I think we can. They won't be Death Corp of Krieg horses, but maybe we'll find some horses. We'll find some. I'm sure we will. I'm sure of it. Maybe. I don't know. Tolo, Kris's studio is haunted to break out the Inquisition. I know, it could be haunted. Could be. I might have, you know, because I went to the Screaming Tunnels there a few weeks ago, and, you know, I might have took a ghost back with me. It's kind of scary if you think about it. Some ghosts. And this building. We know this building's haunted because it's really, really old, and it's haunted. And I have another ghost video where my son is banging on the wall, and then the ghost just, you know, knocks the wall and freaked us all out because it was like, ooh. Yeah. So, yeah. And of course, we're planning another little venture as well. Not that I'm becoming like some sort of ghost hunter or anything like that, but I mean, these are things that I've just been curious about since I've gotten here, and I've wanted to, you know, go do them. And so there's a couple other things, and you know, I have a neighbor, and he's, you know, when he was younger, these kind of things, you know, really got to him, and you know, and in the video you can see that, you know, like it's kind of like confronting your own demons kind of thing, and it's good. It's a good thing, I think, that, you know, when one faces, you know, the things that they were scared of when they were children, and, you know, overcome these silly kind of childhood fears, you know, because it ultimately makes you a more confident and stronger person ultimately, you know. And yeah. Tolo, bring your waystone. I don't have a waystone. I should make a waystone though. I should have a waystone. If I'm an avid Eldar player, I should have a waystone. I should make one actually. Good call, Tolo. What would I make it out of? Resin? Cast it in resin? Make like a little kind of brass fittings for it and stuff like that. Something I could hang like off chain. Kind of like Flavor Flav of Eldar, and just have like this big freaking gemstone. Oh man, I don't know where I was going with any of that, but anyway. Oh, some War Machine Cavalry. Yeah, I guess Kevin, some War Machine Cavalry. Oh, you know what? I do have War Machine Cavalry. I've got my Steelheads. I've got my Steelhead Cavalry. I could probably do for that, and they would probably be a good approximation for Death Corp horses too, because they got metal bardings and stuff like that on them. Maybe I'll have to do that. David Vaughn, truth, Kris, truth. Word. Oh, frick. Dorn Jr., we going 3 hours today? Because I got to go to the post office, pick up Cromlech order. But can't wait if we're quitting in a few minutes. No. We're quitting in like 2 minutes here. We're done. We got through some emails. And maybe we'll have to, maybe we'll do a catch-up show during the week. I don't know. We'll see. It all depends. It all depends on how busy I get and how ambitious I feel. Flavor Flav. He's got a clock in the emoji. The clock emoji. Anyway, yeah. Christine, the only screaming talent I'm familiar with around here appears after a large Taco Bell meal. Where you're just howling. Ho, ho, those jalapenos. And yeah, it's jalapeno. Metal Parson, Dave, it's been 3 hours already? No, it's not 3 hours. This show's only 2 hours. I say it in the beginning of the show. It's 120 minutes. 2 hours, 120 minutes. Right? 120 minutes, 2 hours. That's all you get. Unless, of course, we're doing a giveaway, which we're not doing today. Because there's only 1 minute left to show. And if I was going to do a giveaway now, that'd be complete, disaster. Although, technically, I guess we should do a giveaway sometime soon, right? But what can we give away? I've been kind of thinking of, like, cleaning house a bit, so... Maybe we'll do some giveaway stuff. If I did the giveaway from home, I got a lot of stuff I could give away from there. Oof. Yeah. Anyway. Where are we? Tolo, set a PayPal or Patreon. Need that cam. Or GoFund. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Let's put it to a vote. Everybody that's here right now. Should Kris turn on his Patreon? Because I have a Patreon account. It's already active. Because, like I said, I support Owen and Ash. I kicked them $1. I only throw like $1 at them. Screw those guys. No. But anyway. But should I turn the Patreon on for Kris so that Kris could accept incoming monies? I'm on the fence. I mean, there's positives and one kind of negative kind of thing. It's really just an impression kind of thing, it's just the impression of, turning it on. But there's so much positives I think I can think of, like that, of turning it on and accepting extra funds because it can support other projects. I've often wanted to do like an on the road type series, just head off, go play games on the road, hit somewhere in Ontario, maybe Buffalo or New York and stuff like that. And then who knows? And if the support got larger and larger, then you could support actual like plane trips and go take off and go play people and or do painting classes and things like that, and sit down and help some people one-to-one kind of thing. I don't know. See, like again, when you open yourself up to more kind of stuff, you can do more. So why don't I guess really is the big question, right? So really, should I? Is really what the thing. Should I just turn it on and just, let what happen? I guess. I don't know. I could sit here and go back and forth about this all day long, really. I don't know. It's probably my own foibles, really, is what it is. I should probably just turn it on and just... Because, like, if you don't have to, if you don't want it, right? So, anyway. Twitchy Crayons, do a GoFundMe. Yeah, see, now I don't want... Yeah, see, Greenleaf Trade. No, you don't need the money. I don't need the money. Technically, my bills are paid, so no, I don't need the money, right? But there's only so much budgeting, and that's about it. So anyway, I think we're done for the day. I think we had a couple laughs. We got through some emails, catching up a little bit. And, of course, so speaking of emails, if you want to send me an email, send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com. And, of course, I'll get to it when I can. I will try to answer the emails in the order in which I receive them. So we are currently a little bit of a backlog, but that's okay. There's really not that many emails I'm behind on because May was kind of, it wasn't terribly busy. At least I don't think it was terribly busy. I don't know. Let me see. How many emails am I back behind? Oh, no, it's not that bad. I'm only like 10 emails. We can do that next episode. We can catch that up in next episode. It's like 10. That's nothing. We've been way further than that in previous episodes. We've been way farther than that before. 10 emails in a show? We can do 10 emails in a show. But anyway, yeah, so Kris@miniwargaming.com. Send your emails there. You commission service, you want drama structure exposure, you want some help on your painting, maybe you just want some advice on a color scheme or anything like that, or you just want to show off your work. Feel free to send me an email at Kris@miniwargaming.com. Of course, join me on Facebook. We will keep the conversation going there. And of course, you can always post your stuff there if you want as well and get instant feedback, really, essentially there. And of course, Wave the Brush t-shirts. I'm, rocking a shirt today, trying to, build the power. I'm also, when I wear the shirt, like, see, if you guys buy the shirt, you'll look extra manly. When I wear the shirt, I actually look too manly. Is that possible? Too manly? No. Anyway. I know it's Way the Brush t-shirts, you know, of course, there's another way of supporting the cause, and of course, you know, showing your support for the show, and you know, because again, like I said, you know, sometimes I debate whether I really feel like doing the show, and I mean, it's a lot of fun, but I mean, like, you know, you guys keep it going, you know, you guys send me emails. If you guys stop sending me emails, I wouldn't do the show. It's as basic as that. If you guys never send me emails, I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't bother, because what would be the point? Nobody's watching. So yeah, email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, other social medias, and apparently Patreon. I'll turn it on, I guess. I mean, you guys are all telling me, go ahead, turn it on. I guess, you know, because again, it would also help. Like I said, it would also help. It helps fund other projects, other fun things that aren't quite in my budget to do, and I would like to do. And you know, while we're young and while we're still vibrant and enjoying this hobby, it'd be kind of fun. And you know, like the idea of like taking little road trips and, you know, going out and meeting people and, you know, playing a game, or, you know, sitting down and doing a painting session, or even just to sit down and talk would be kind of fun. Just sit down with one of you guys, you know, like just taking a trip to, like, say, New York, and, you know, sitting down and talking with a couple of you guys and talking about your models and, you know, what you went through, and, you know, just these kind of things where, you know, we get to know you guys and know the population, and people get to see how everybody's pretty much the same. You know, we're like all war gamers. We're pretty much the same as far as what we want to do, how we want to paint them, and how we play, and what we enjoy, and, you know, all of these other outside aspects of the hobby that we often always have in common as well. And, you know, and oftentimes, you know, like a lot of people, they don't get the chance to go and to like conventions and stuff, and meet people and meet similar minded people. And so, because they're always, you know, they got day jobs, or, you know, whatever. Sometimes they don't even have the resources to do it. So, you know, this would be a fun way of getting that kind of stuff happening. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't know what else. This is like the weakest ending to a show ever. It's like, we're gonna end it, I guess, maybe, I don't know, sure, why not, I don't know. Yeah, so email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Way the Brush t-shirts, and of course I'm probably gonna turn the Patreon on. The Patreon is just Kris Bello at Patreon. If you want to click, I'll probably add it in the description in a moment, but otherwise, yeah, just head over to Patreon and click Kris Bello, or search Kris Bello, KrisBelleau, and you'll find me. Of course, if you search through the wargaming spectrum in there, you'll probably find me in there anyway. Yeah, see you guys later. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. That's how I ended the show. There it was. That's how I normally end the show. I'm off. 3-week break. It was too long. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of the day, I think, is what's gonna happen. I'm spent.